So what makes a good funnel, and how can you actually bring people into your funnel so you can make sales? If that's what you're interested in, then you're gonna love this video. Today, I'm sharing exactly what to consider when you're setting up your very first funnel. All right, welcome back. This was a topic that we've been talking about in my group coaching program that I'm doing right now to help clients make it through and create a Facebook ad. And part of that process is making sure that we're running traffic to a good funnel. But the first step is understanding, well, what actually makes a good funnel? So I wanted to share that with you, the same thing that I shared with my clients, so that you'll have an idea of how to set up your funnel, what to consider, how to get started. But before we get there, you definitely want to subscribe if you'd like more content on how to market your brand and business so you can grow your income and create your very own version of a lavish life. I publish videos every Tuesday and Thursday, and I also do a live training every Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern. So in order to make sure that you get notified, just click subscribe and hit that notification bell to get notifications. All right, so let's jump into what makes a good funnel. I always feel like I have to start with what is a funnel before we get into what is a good funnel and what's included in a good funnel. So the very first thing that I want to share with you is, well, what is a funnel? A funnel, I like to think of it kind of like a slide, and it's essentially a simple process for your ideal clients to get to know you, get to like you, get to trust you. If you've ever heard that people only buy from those that they know, like, and trust, that's the purpose of a funnel, of a good sales funnel. Also known as a sales process. It's simply a way for you to introduce yourself so that people know you, share some valuable content so that they like you, and give them a quick win so that they trust you. And those are the three things that I feel like a lot of people miss when they're first setting up their funnel. They're trying to go directly to the sale and the purchase, but they're not quite getting the idea that, well, you've got to help somebody else first. You've got to help them get that quick win. You've got to show them that you have value to provide and answer some of the questions that they have. So there are lots of different types of funnels. There's actually 3 funnels that every coach needs, and I've talked about this before. If you missed that video, I will link it right now so that you can get more details on the 3 funnels that every coach needs. But for right now, I'm just kind of talking about a funnel in general. So a funnel, like I said, a slide, a sales process, is just a way for someone to get to know, like, and trust you. And typically when I start working with coaches and they, set up their first funnel, or they show me some ideas they have for their funnel, in general, the very first thing that they come with is a lot of complications. So they're like, I've got this piece here, and then this person's going to go here, and then they're going to get here, and then they're going to get this email. But if they click here, they're going to get that email. And while that is a great complicated funnel, honestly, some of the best funnels and the best way to get set up is to keep things very simple. And what that means is make it very easy for people to sign up, make it very easy for them to make it into the start of your funnel, for them to even find your funnel, and for them to get into it. Now, one thing you have to remember is that every funnel needs an ultimate goal. Before you start working on a funnel, you've got to think about, well, what's that end goal? What's that ultimate goal? Am I trying to bring people into my one-on-one coaching? Do I want to bring them into my group coaching program? Is the purpose of this funnel simply engagement so that I can introduce myself and build up that know factor? Is the purpose of this funnel simply providing value, and the purpose is to build up goodwill so that we can introduce them to the next funnel? So what is the purpose of this funnel? And the idea being that the next program or product would start the next funnel. So let me give you an example. Let's say that you have a one-on-one coaching program. We'll just start with the simplest funnel possible. So you have a one-on-one coaching program, and you know that before someone comes to work with you as a one-on-one client, they need to understand, XYZ, right? They have to understand how to do this, and they need to ask these type of questions. Like, this is the thought process they need to be in. Like, this is the part of the journey they need to be in. So you kind of already know that. But the people that are getting on the phone with you are not quite at that part yet. They're not quite in that place in the journey. You're not getting the right people on the phone. So what you want to do is you want to put a step in your funnel that educates and provides value so that that person, before they get on the phone with you, they are reaching that point in their journey that you need them to reach. You also might want to start a engagement funnel so that person is only engaging with you because they have certain questions and because they're at a certain part of the journey. So let me try to get a little bit more specific, and hopefully this will explain it just a little bit better. I'm just going to use my business as an example because right now I can't think of any other businesses as an example. And so in order for me not to stumble over my words, I'm just going to make it very simple and just use my own business as an example. So when I book a client for a one-on-one, and this is I have an introductory one-on-one program, which is geared towards beginner coaches. And it is part of Create and Fill Your Coaching program. So that program is a self-paced course. However, I also have an option for one-on-one coaching. And the clients who come and choose to do the one-on-one coaching with me are typically in a different place mentally than the clients who choose a self-paced version. There's nothing that's better or worse about it. That's just how it ends up happening. So for example, if I wanted to fill that to capacity and really kind of like overfill it because it's actually full right now. But if I wanted to continue bringing clients into that and really grow that side of the business more so than what it is right now, then I might create a funnel that was geared more towards the person who is ready for one-on-one. So the funnel that's currently set up is geared towards the person who's interested in a self-paced option. And those clients come in and they sign up and they go through the course and they go through the program and they join the student group, the peer student group, and they have their own experience in it. And then a couple of people filter into the one-on-one, which is exactly how I want it to be. I want my one-on-one business to essentially be around 30% of my revenue, and my courses and leverage business to be around 70% of my revenue. And that's the way I have it set up. So if I wanted to bring more people into one-on-one, I would simply create a funnel and create a, starting point and engagement point that speaks more to that one-on-one client. Okay. So I hope that helps. I hope that makes sense. So I don't know if I've even gotten started with what makes a good funnel, but I guess the first thing is keep it simple, right? So figure out your endpoint and then keep it simple. So let me jump into my notes so that I can make sure I stay on track. All right, so I want to give you a couple of examples of funnels, and you can kind of take a look and see what I mean by what makes a good funnel. So here's an example of a funnel that might go to a course or a one-on-one program or a group coaching program. And that is Facebook ad to webinar registration to countdown page to webinar watch page to webinar replay page. This funnel also works for if you're driving traffic from YouTube or YouTube ads, if you're driving traffic from LinkedIn, if you're doing live events, however you want to bring people into that webinar registration page. It also works for that. So that's an example of one type of funnel. Another funnel might be YouTube video to email capture to immediate upsell to course. This one works really well. This is one that I personally use also. So for my YouTube videos, I will often leave links in the description that go to an email capture. Some of those links offer an immediate upsell of a heavily discounted course where, something that I normally sell for a much higher price, and I'm giving and providing the opportunity to get it at a lower price. And then after that immediate upsell, I do offer another course. So I offer like a larger size and 6-module course and 6-module program, for example. Okay, another option for a funnel is live stream to purchase page. This one I really love. I don't do it as often simply because I'm not the type of person that likes to live stream all the time. But if you do like to live stream, guess what? You can just drop a link directly to the purchase page. The software that I really like for the purchase page and shopping cart is ThriveCart. With ThriveCart, you can create just a simple 1-page shopping cart, and I'll put up and show a description of one of the courses that I created earlier this year where I just created a 1-page shopping cart. And they allow you to do like a simple landing page with the purchase page embedded, and they've got a lot of different options for you. So definitely check out ThriveCart. I will leave a link to the software in the description box. I do have a partner link, so if you'd like to support that way, but I will give you the details on, actually, if you'd like to take a look at it, how you can take a look at that. Now, the problem that most coaches run into is I find that they don't have a simple end goal for their funnel, meaning that they have no idea where they're leading people and they start at the beginning. They'll start by creating a lead magnet and then they say, okay, I'm getting email addresses. But because you don't have your end goal or end product or end service in mind, that lead magnet is not directly tied into the end of your funnel. It's not directly leading that person into the next step, and it doesn't provide a clear path. And that's really what makes a good funnel. If we were to really just boil it down, it's what gives your ideal clients a clear path to that ending point. If you want to bring people into your group coaching program, what type of person are you speaking to? What type of person do you want in that program? Where are they in their life, business, relationship, health? What point are they in? And what do they need to know before they're even ready to make that decision? How can you educate them to make sure that they know they're making the right decision and that they make that decision with confidence? So what questions do you have on creating a really good funnel? I do have a training on how to create an automated sales funnel. I will leave a link to that in the description box. And if there's any other questions that you have, or while you were watching this, if there were questions that started popping up in your mind that I might be able to create an additional video on, I'm always looking for good content. Publishing twice a week and trying to come up with all the videos myself is a lot. So I would love for you to comment below and let me know what videos you'd like for me to create next. In the meantime, I'll see you guys in the next one. Okay, bye.